Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal All Out. It is Monday, you know what that means. And yeah, this is probably the last trial on Talk Studio. If it doesn't work, then we're going to have to make a permanent switch over to StreamYard. But this time I am prepared for it in case it does happen. So, yeah. Of course, we beat Chelsea at the weekend. Huge 3 points. We've got another 9 games left until hopefully we're lifting that Premier League trophy. We've got, of course, Brighton on Wednesday, not at the weekend, midweek. We'll be briefly speaking about the likes of Gary Neville, Declan Rice potentially injured. So it's gonna pop off today, I'm sure. We've got, of course, AT joining us, who is late as per usual. Josh is going to be a couple minutes late. Dom's going to be here around 9:20, and Seb usually turns up after 9. So it's just me and, well, it's me, Posh, and Tom at the moment. How are you guys doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. I think they all join when we inevitably switch to StreamYard in very soon.
Yeah.
That's what usually happens. We usually get a bigger audience there. No, I'm good. I'm good. Obviously, well, I'm pleased that match was over. That's what I'll say there. Because that club does stuff to your well-being, doesn't it? But no, I'm doing well. Yeah, looking forward to this. Looking forward to this stream.
Yeah. What about you, Tom?
Well, pretty much echoing what Posh said there. 70 minutes in, just call the game there, please. But no. But yeah, I'm all
my
good.
days. Yeah, time stood still when that offside goal went in, by the way. My God. But yeah, make sure you are following Posh if you haven't already, as well as dropping a sub to Tom. Links will be in the description after the stream when you watch it back on playback. But there's obviously only one way to start, really, and that is the Chelsea game at the weekend. Not the best performance, but I think at this rate, when you have 9 games left in a pole position to win this league title, I think 3 points is all that matters right now. Of course, performances do matter at the same time, and I would like us to be a little bit more convincing to get over this line. But if we end up playing like this but still get over the line, no one really is going to care. So we'll go to Posh first. What did you make of the game overall? I know you briefly spoke about it in your introduction, but yeah, well, how would you summarise that game overall?
Yeah, you just mentioned how I think every Arsenal fan almost had a heart attack in the very last kick of the game.
Yeah.
With the offside goal going in. Thankfully, the flag was up and it was offside, but that was that was a heart in mouth moment, as they say. Look, I get what you mean. It's when it's that stage of the season where I don't get how we do it as long as we end up getting the 3 points at the end of the day. But this isn't the first time this season where we've put in these questionable performances like that. This has become a regular occurrence. And I think this one was probably one of the more, certainly one of the more, not exactly the best performance I've seen from this season, and that's saying a lot, really, considering some of the ugly wins we've had. And it's just what I've been saying. It's those. If we keep going with these types of performances, we are going to get found out at some point. But I get what you mean. You know, as long as it's all about 3 points at the end of the day. But we can't consistently be getting these ugly wins because we're going to get found out, especially at this stage of the season. If we play like that at the Etihad, then it might be I'm not exactly confident. But look, defense was good. It's just that we had very little in attack, but I feel like a broken record because I've said that a lot this season. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, apologies. I'm just keeping a close eye on the
you looking at the stream?
Yeah.
On my phone.
Yeah, we'll go to Tom next. What do you make of the game overall, bro? And obviously the players that stood out for you.
Well, Well, we'll start with the players that stood out for me. Positively, you look at David Raya. I think he was my man of the match. I thought he was superb. Multiple times where he saved us in that game from dropping points, not just for winning the game, but he was super. We could have lost that game if it wasn't for David Raya in goal. I look at that Garnacho, the reaction times on that, and it's the players that come on like Richarlison last week, Garnacho this week. These are players that have done it to Arsenal in the past, and you just get that sort of sense that they'll come on and make an impact and do something. And both of them have come very close to that. But if it wasn't for David Raya, then it would be very different conversations right now. I think Gabriel won man of the match, and I thought he was great. I thought the whole back line was good, to be honest with you. It's just further forward than that. I mean, to be fair, Declan Rice had the standard Declan Rice performance. I don't think he was anything below standard average Rice. But when a player's in poor form like Zubimendi is, I think that's much more possibly fatigue levels, but I do think he is in poor form at the minute, and should be something that we consider in the week against Brighton. Obviously, if Declan Rice is out, then you're probably forced to play Zubimendi anyway. But when Rice came off, we kind of saw Zubimendi not necessarily as the six. He was getting in much higher positions, similar to the ones that you probably see Declan Rice in. So maybe that could be something that we consider if Declan Rice is out for a couple of games, which obviously we hope not. But I think Zubimendi, I think someone needs to just shake his head a little bit, giving a little kick up the backside, because multiple times this season now, especially in big games, he's just got that little bit of a bozo gene in him, and it's the little mistakes like that, which 9 games to go, 10 games to go, whatever, that could prove costly. So I just hope that Zubimendi steps it up, to be honest with you. I thought it was a bit concerning us waiting until the 80th minute to really create a clear-cut opportunity in open play. That Eze won, saved by Sanchez. I thought that was probably our best move from open play. I thought Eze did the best he could. So I thought he was unlucky not to get on the score sheet then. I thought Saka, I think since Saka's had this hamstring injury and he's come back, I think he has lost, especially in recent weeks, a little bit of legs, which is such a shame to see, because obviously Saka's, he was such a good player, and obviously he still is, to a degree, such a good player, but is he as good as he was 2 years ago? I think there's conversations that need to be had there. Trossard on the other side got hooked off before the hour mark. I'm going to talk about the referees later on, but I thought Martinelli came on and made an impact. And then you got Gyökeres up.
Man sent off.
Sorry, say that again.
He got a man sent off.
Yeah, exactly. And then
I thought it was our best attacker, to be fair.
Sorry.
I thought it was our best attacker, to be fair.
Yeah. I thought he made a positive impact, and Gyökeres. I've seen an improvement in his game since the start of the season. When he's not getting on the score sheet, what I'm seeing in recent weeks is he's still getting involved in play, and he's just touching the ball more, which I think is something positive and something that he's getting used to the way Arsenal play, and Arsenal are playing a little bit more to his strengths, which is important. Now, what I want to talk about, I don't know if you're going to talk about this in a different segment, but I'll keep it brief just in case you are. But obviously, I did a whole video on the Chelsea fans just being a bit delusional with those penalty claims, because they're just not penalties. You see the two arms around from Declan, it was happening to every other player, every corner. Which I thought was a little bit concerning, by the way, the amount of chances that we were giving away, set pieces we were giving away. Chelsea scored from one, so it was a bit worrying considering the amount of opportunities we actually gave away. But the problem that I had with the refereeing yesterday was particularly in the second half, albeit it's for yellow cards, but stopping play when Arsenal are just about to hit Chelsea on the counter attack. Like, I'll give an example: the Cole Palmer yellow card, the challenge on Saka. Yes, it's a yellow card, and whether it's a yellow card or not, it doesn't really matter. But David Raya is clearly looking to just play the ball and make the decision, which he does, and he puts us in a very good position. I think he's thrown it out to Martinelli, who's running at the Chelsea defenders, which, you know, we've seen a couple of times over the years. And he's played a pass into Jurriën Timber, and he's in on goal. And then the referee decides to stop it for the foul on Saka and give a booking to Palmer. Although, if you look at it, when the referee blows his whistle, Cole Palmer's already closer to Jurriën Timber than he is Saka. So it's stupid. That was one example. There was another example where David Raya's got like 5 Chelsea players on him at once, and the referee blows the whistle even though Raya's thrown the ball out, and Arsenal are on the counter attack with numerical advantage with the amount of players going forward than Chelsea had defensively. And then there was the red card from Pedro Neto, which, look, if it's in the laws of the game where you can't call advantage, then fair enough. But Martinelli got straight back up, albeit it was a bad challenge. But that's what I mean. When you're a player that's coming on, before the hour mark, and you need to make an impact because the player that you've come on for hasn't had the best performance, Martinelli did the right thing. And he just wants to make an impact, and that's what he was doing. And obviously Pedro Neto took him out. But why can't the referee? Well, you know, what if Arsenal win a corner or something? Why can't the referee then go back to that and then give Pedro Neto the sending off? It doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I thought the standouts for me yesterday were David Raya because he was superb, Zubimendi because he had a little bit of a bozo moment, and the refereeing because it was incredibly poor. So yeah.
Can I just say, I also thought Hincapié was very good as well. I know he scored an own goal, but he made up for that throughout the rest of the game.
Even before the own goal, he was immense.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Zubimendi. I forgot to say that. He's really testing my patience in these big games because this is the third time he has made that similar mistake. Only this time it didn't lead to a goal, but it nearly did. Tottenham, it led to a goal. United, it led to a goal. Thankfully, this time he didn't, but he's got to stop doing that because he needs to, practice like how to deal with being pressed like that because it's not working for him. Anyway, my other point.
I said on my reaction the other day that don't take it the wrong way, Tom, because I know you rated him, but he's kind of like Zubimendi, the Ramsdale of midfielders. I feel like he gets far too comfortable on the ball sometimes. I really do, and then he has that bozo. Is it just me, or I just think at times he does have these lapses of concentration, and I am worried, every time we are going into a semi-final, even the final at Wembley against City, we're forgetting that as well. How's he going to play? And I guess, it is fatigue at the end of the day because he's playing a lot of minutes and it's his first season in the Premier League. But at the same time, these mistakes were occurring at the start of the season when I think still he's had a very good season considering it's his first season in English football. But, these mistakes were occurring at the start of the season around November time. Think to Sunderland, Liverpool when he gave away the free kick. So it's been happening on a regular occurrence here and there. Tottenham and another one. So that's the problem with me. We've got man like Pedro Neto. God bless Pedro Neto, by the way. Man got sent off for us and for Chelsea, but benefited in Arsenal.
One more time to be here.
Yeah. But how you doing, Josh? You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you all doing? You all good?
Yep, not too bad. I've been heavily focusing on the stream so far, whether or not Talk Studio will bug out again. If not, we'll have to go back to it.
15 minutes
is not bad. Usually it's 7. So
Yeah, I think we'll be
I
all
mean,
right.
I am lagging a little bit, I can see, but you know, if it doesn't blooming buffer, then I don't really care, really, the whole stream. So, what did you make of the game overall, bro? Obviously not the best performance, but 3 points is all that matters, isn't it? So,
Yeah, exactly that. Really, I thought we started the game off all right. You know, that first opening 20. I'm obviously just joining sorry for the lateness, so I don't want to sound repetitive to what the other lads were saying. They probably summed up really well. But yeah, I thought we was right to go unchanged for me from the Tottenham game. I was happy to see Eze in there and all that. But yeah, I thought we started the game off well. But and then we obviously that's where the only goal came from. But then after that, it was weird because you know, we conceded. They really offered nothing in that first half, apart from them two set pieces. The one where it gets comes off Declan Rice and Rare makes that save. Then straight after that, we get punished from it. It comes off in Capia, unfortunate for him, because as I think you guys are mentioning, apart from your own goal, which will get masked for that now as his overall performance, which he shouldn't do really, because his overall performance was actually really, really good. And if I'm Berta watching that, because we know it goes every single game, I would have got the deal done. He needs to get it done now, permanent. You know, none of this waiting around in the summer. We need to try and get it done because this guy is a stud, man. Honestly, this guy's a beast. So it's a shame about the own goal, but if actually people watch the game, they'll see that he actually was probably one of our best players. To be fair, that he has been in the recent weeks as well. But yeah, it was frustrating because, as you said, the main thing is the win. And when we have 9 games left, this is all that matters now, is just get the win. I said this earlier, games at the start of the season, the way how we are playing, you know, the whole set pieces, the whole own goals, the performances are not pretty whatsoever. I say this all the time, but me as a fan personally, I couldn't care less if we play like this, as long as it results in the major silverware at the end of the season. Of course, if it doesn't, then obviously, as we know, that ain't acceptable. But if we win the Premier League, we've been waiting for 22 years, whatever it is now. Yeah, I don't get how we do it. If it's 1-0 every single game, if it's own goal, set piece every single game, if we win the league from it, we win the league from it. Yeah, the only people crying will obviously be all these rival fans and all this. But for us as fans, this is all that matters at the end of the day. So I get the concern though, because I'm concerned watching, especially that second half performance. You know, it's not the first time.
It's how he constantly keep putting in these ugly performances.
Exactly.
When it's a one-off, it's fine. I can deal with it. But when it's constantly happening,
it's consistent.
We can't get away with this.
Yeah.
It's not the same
week in, week out.
Or something, by the way, that Arsenal, since Chelsea went down to 10 men, we completed 55 passes compared to Chelsea. They completed, I think it was 114.
Yeah.
Against 10 men, like, you should be stamping your authority 100%.
Exactly.
That's another concern from the performance. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
Concern from the performance. Like, when they went down to 10 men, you didn't even notice it.
Yeah. Just like Stamford Bridge.
Yeah,
same thing,
I think that's a major concern.
Same thing. It's worrying because that's the thing. Like we sort of they're down to 10 men, right? And we're leading in the game. We do good to get that second goal. And I'm looking at 20 that last 10 minutes plus the injury time, and it's like we're retreating. Like, why are we retreating? We're at home, yeah. We're in the game, right? They're 10 men, and it's like we're just inviting pressure onto ourselves, which is there's no need to do that. You know. We need to be more ruthless, I feel like, in these games. And I get, as I said earlier, the result in this sort of occasion and going forward the 9 games, that's all that matters, is get the wins. But at the same time, this is where the concerns are going to come in because, you know, it's going to be a very, very tough game. I'm sure we'll talk about it on Wednesday night. You know, it's another under the light games. Yep. We've struggled. Let's be real with it. You know, we struggled at Brentford under the lights. We struggled at Sunderland, the 2-2 draw. Wolves, the 2-2 draw. You know, these midweek games away at these grounds, I'm not a big fan of. And those are the concerns for me. I think the creativity as well, especially in that second half. Like, I'm looking at players like Eze. You know, I'm thinking that game against Tottenham is going to give him something. You know, even that small signs when he played against Wigan, he looks a lot better. And then he carried it over against Tottenham. And I'm thinking, but he was frustrating to watch. You know, Gyökeres as well up front. Again, we see it's the same story with him, but he's got to be doing more as a striker. I still think there's moments in the game where I'm looking at him, he's really, really, really frustrating in terms of when he did get the ball. You know, it's that, and then Trossard as well, for example, on the left. Like, obviously he were. I don't know what's happened to him. We've scored him, and he's been playing really, really well. Like, we're saying he's been our best attacker this season, but in the recent games, he sort of dried up a little bit. I thought credit to Martinelli when he came on. The times he did get the ball, he actually was trying to make stuff happen. And I think maybe we should have started him personally, because looking back on it, when they played Reece James, I'm just seeing Reece James body Trossard all the time. You know, he's losing the physical back every single time. Whereas Martinelli, maybe he has that pace to get the better out someone like Reece James. So yeah, I think I think you guys mentioned about Zubimendi as well. Once again, just setting us up there, trying to play that awful pass into Raya. And as you said, Posh, it's not the first time he's done this, like Manchester United, where he completely messed that up. The Tottenham game, in these big games, is quite concerning. But I look at it this way as well. Do you not think as well, Declan Rice played 40 games in all competitions. Zubimendi's played 36, I think, in all competitions now. Obviously, we ain't got Dom here to fact check it and do his maths, but
sounds quite accurate.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Their
And
legs.
Seb.
Oh, I can't wait, mate. Get the popcorn out. But their legs, man. Their legs, like they're playing week in, week out effectively in all these competitions. And I like it. He finally brought on Norgard for once. But I'm saying, like, maybe against Wednesday, we can make that decision there, because maybe these players like Zubimendi, for example, playing too many games. That's where I look at it in terms of in that midfield. But apart from that, obviously, shout to Raya, by the way, as well. Stepped up yet again. I honestly think he's one of the best goalkeepers. Now, obviously, you got Donna's in the Premier League, unfortunately, but if he wasn't here, he's up there in world football. I'm looking at Donnarumma. I'm looking at maybe based on this season as well. And apart from that, I'm struggling. Those two for me have been the best across the whole Europe. I can't think of any other goalkeeper. And Raya's going to get 3 golden gloves as well. And for once, I think people can quite easily sit there and say, oh, he's got a good defense in front of him and all this. He's got a good defense. We've got Saliba, Gabriel, which, yeah, of course, does help. But I think now people are actually starting to realize like how influential this guy is in goal. Because some of the saves that he's made, it's not the first game this season as well. Like, he's actually stepped up and saved us in multiple games. So shout out to him as well. But yeah, overall, happy with the result. 9 games left, and all that matters is obviously winning these games. But there's still some concerns in there, I feel.
Yeah, I was going to ask, right? I know Josh, you touched on Trossard. I just want to ask you guys, right? Who would you rather keep at this moment in time, Trossard or Martinelli, or would you be selling both of them?
Oh, both.
Both of them.
Yeah. I think we've moved on from Martinelli, and I think we can do better than Trossard. Because although Trossard, when he's in purple patches, he can be really good. Like, the amount of shouts that have been, he's our best attacker this season, for example. These purple patches are really good. I don't think he can consistently do it across the season. So I think you could definitely argue we moved on from Trossard then, if that's the case. But I think Martinelli, although he's good, he's been excellent in cup competitions. I just don't see him making that same impact in the Premier League, and it's starting to be a little bit of a worry, to be honest.
Who do you think would get more money for Martinelli and Trossard? Because I think Martinelli personally. Yeah, because of the age.
Age, contract. I think Trossard's only got a year left. So,
but the better player though, like, would you rather keep the better player or?
Well, I think you can sell both of them and go and invest that money in a better player than both of them. Like Yildiz, for example.
Yeah, but would we feel a little bit short?
Yeah,
in the left wing. Then?
I don't think so. Because I don't think so, because if you bring in a Yildiz, and then I think there's talk of maybe a number 10 if Odegaard was to leave, but even if Odegaard was to stay, you could bring Ranieri back. You've got Eze as well, so that there's options. But yeah, I think you can sell both of them. I think Martinelli would be more valuable because I think his contract's a year longer. They might be the same. I think his contract's a year longer. So it could be the case of we sell Martinelli, keep Trossard for 1 year, and let him leave on a free, which, in all fairness, I think that would be fine. I think we got Trossard on a really good deal, and I think he's proved himself. I think he's been one of Arteta's best signings. I think he's been really good value for money, and I think he's proved that price tag. So yeah, I'd be fine with seeing Trossard leave for free.
It's just for me, right? If you're letting go of both Martinelli and Trossard, you've got to consider as well Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz maybe as well, considering the injury problems. Who else have you got in that attacking front line? So
I'd
you'd be letting go
actually.
of.
I said this a couple of weeks ago. It might have been. Yeah, I've said this
Hold on.
within the last couple of weeks. I can't remember when, but if the opportunity to sell Havertz and Odegaard were there, I'd keep Kai Havertz over Martin Odegaard, to be honest.
So I'll tell you what, Ndai is a great shout. I rate him very highly, to be fair.
Yeah, I think
Would you guys take Ndai on left wing?
I think he's good. I think he cost a lot of
Not a
money.
level raiser, no.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's this? Sorry.
Ndai at Everton.
Oh, Everton. Yeah.
I don't see him as like a level raiser, but I do rate him very highly. I think he's a baller.
Yeah, he would is.
But yeah, just before, well, obviously Tom and Seb get it, because I don't want to go too far before they eventually come on. And of course, AT, I'm forgetting him as well. Jesus Christ. Shall we briefly speak on Gary Neville? Because I know Josh and Tom made videos on this earlier. Yeah, I swear, this guy, every time on commentary, just gets his cock out every now and then, like he's at a dick swing competition for real.
What stream are
It's
you
just-
watching?
You what?
What game are you watching?
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
Why can't
I mean-
there be a clause in his contract at Sky where he's only allowed to commentate on Man United games? Like
Yeah.
at Old Trafford, you've got
Yeah.
Alan Smith, I think it was, for Sky Sports.
Yeah.
Why can't he do the Arsenal game? Why can't you have Gary Neville
Exactly.
doing the Man United game? It's oh
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, you heard him on commentary on Monday. I think it was Everton Man United. I think Sesko scored, and it was like, "Oh, Sesko's really given a message to the manager: start me, start me, start me." And then when it's Arsenal, like, remember the Newcastle game and Gabriel scored? It was like, oh. Like, you can't tell me there's no bloody like agenda between Arsenal and Gary Neville. I don't know what we've done to. Well,
yeah.
to be
and,
fair, it's all about what he's done to us.
and then he goes and
The
hides
dirty
it by claiming Arsenal. Oh, it's all right. Arsenal will win the title. I still believe that Arsenal will win the title. He just hides it.
He hides it. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think the worst one was obviously when Chelsea scored the offside goal.
Oh
It was
my
like, yeah,
God.
João Pedro is definitely onside. And I'm like, are you mental? He's about like 3 yards offside, and I'm like, yo, just shut up, mate. Do you see how desperate as well he is for Man City? Like, we talk about he should be just commenting Man United games, but
Mhm.
for Man City as well, the Liverpool game,
Yeah.
it's just madness. But I've actually not seen your
always
video. But
bringing
I
up-
want to.
They're always
No, go on,
bringing
Tom.
up Arsenal's name. Always. They always do it. And fair enough, we're a big club and all that, but there's either an agenda or an obsession, one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Facts.
what do you make of it, Josh? Because I didn't hear what you said on your video, to be honest.
No,
because I was in
as-
college.
Yeah, as Tom said, it's like he's got a hatred. He's got this bias towards us or something, man. I don't know. Is it? I get it. We had that rivalry with him as a player when he used to play against Arsenal, but he needs to get off the commentary because that João Pedro thing was a joke, man. I mean, he was just he's doing too much of it, man. And even when they when we got the equalizer
Yeah.
as well.
Sanchez
we-
was pushed.
Oh my God,
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
mate, what? Like,
It's not the worst one, but my God.
yeah,
Not
it's
every
just-
goal.
Oh, they might check VAR. Gonna check it. Like, shut up.
It's just crazy, man.
Why was it
Seriously.
even checked in the first place? Like, do these
Exactly.
referees actually listen to what Gary Neville says in the commentary when he says, "Oh, they might check it on VAR"? Like, VAR checks it, and I'm like, do they actually listen to what he says in the commentary or what?
Mm,
It's just
crazy, man.
mental. It's mental, but what do you make of it, Posh? Do you echo? Do you
So
reckon like what?
I agree with you on the whole the offside part where he said, "Oh, I'm not sure that's offside," and of course it was. It was miles offside. But I'm not gonna blame Gary Neville on us putting in bad performance. I'm not saying putting in dodgy performances, because I know I'm not saying any of you are like that, because you're not. But there are many Arsenal fans out there that they only want commentators to say only good things about them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And all I'm going to say to that is it's not. If we go trophyless, it won't be Gary Neville's fault. It won't be the fault of referees either. It will be our fault and our fault only. I don't really pay much attention in all of this. I just want us to win and want us to do well rather than focus on what people like Gary Neville will say, because of course he's not gonna. He used to play for United. It's embellished the whole rivalry thing. And nowadays, and I know this is a bit. I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, it's a bit rich that you're saying this, Bertie," but nowadays, a lot of commentators as well, they sometimes say things they don't actually mean, but they say it because they know that people are going to react to it, and they know that. And a lot of Arsenal fans fall into the trap all the time, whether it's something someone says on TalkSport, where like that particular person doesn't, they don't have that, don't believe it, but they say it anyway because they know it will get a reaction from Arsenal fans, and then you get Arsenal fans crying on Twitter because of it. Like they fall for it all the time. Yeah. But yeah, I do agree with the point where Gary Neville said, "Oh, I'm not sure that he's offside." Of course, he was offside. So I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Nah, I hate you as well, Posh, because it's down to ourselves. Like the amount of, was it last season? Everyone blaming referees 24/7.
Yeah, they still do. People still do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's always trying to find an excuse when we have to look at ourselves in some of the games. Like I got I think it was a Newcastle game last season where that caused big controversy. But at the same time, I think the year before that, when the ball went out of play or something like that. I mean, we lost game 1-0. But at the same time, I was saying, even though we were hard done by it, we
I don't know what happened there, guys. I really don't. Yeah. Wi-Fi
Wait,
crash.
is the stream still going? I hope it is.
Yeah,
still going.
Stream's still going. Don't worry.
Thank God.
Stream's still going. What were you guys saying again?
I think Gary Neville fiddled with the stream. That's what it was.
Gary Neville sabotaged the stream, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was asking like, what would you guys make of Roy Keane as a pundit? Because a lot of United fans don't like him, understandably. But to me, right, from a neutral's perspective, I think he's quite hit and miss. There's some takes I agree with, but then at the same time, like that Martinelli thing, where this is him that's coming out with this nonsense about, oh, well, Martinelli's a thug, etc., etc. When, let's be honest, this is the same guy that broke Alfie Haaland's ankle, right? Or was it his leg? I can't remember. I was too young to remember. But what would you guys make of Roy Keane, by the way? I don't think he's that bad. I think he's probably the best pundit out of the lot. I can't stand Jamie Carragher. He's the guy I can't stand.
I can't stand Jamie Carragher.
I quite like
he should be on punditry. After, spitting at a child.
I was going to say he should have been sacked after that. But
yeah. I quite like Mika Richards. I think he's got a little bit of Arsenal in his heart.
Yeah,
Mika Richards is quality, man.
I'm telling you, they should bring back Thierry Henry. I don't know what happened to him on Sky, by the way, because he used to be on there.
He does all CBS now. You know when they do the Champions
with Micah as well.
That CBS show is lit though, man. Like they got Micah, Omri, Jamie Carragher's on there, but it's all banner as well. So it's
Americans are lucky.
Yeah, they should bring him back on Sky. Definitely.
Seb.
We got Seb.
Evening, mate.
Yeah.
Yes, Seb. How you doing, mate? You happy?
Yeah, well, I'm happy with the result, yeah, but still, this is very stressful. It's very
I think he
stressful.
knows what we're about to ask him.
What's he
Oh,
going
God.
What's he going
It's
to
not, Seb. It's not sustainable, is it? At the end of the
No,
day,
it's not.
performances?
No, we want to know. Look, Seb, you're a good guy. I agree with most of the things you say, but I got to ask you, what do you make of Pedro Neto's red card? Because you've been going on
Oh,
about
my
rather he was
Right, all
an
right.
Arsenal player. But I want to know. I want to know. Me and Dom, who's going to be on in a minute, we've been dying to know what your thoughts are on the red card.
Yeah, so he deserved it. He was stupid. Deserved it. So, but anyway, it's not up to me. He's not an Arsenal man, so I'm happy he went.
He's on the panel now, though. He's on the panel now.
I'm
He's
on
an
the
Arsenal
panel.
man.
Yeah.
I'm happy he went anyway, Neto. Because it means Arsenal. When anyway, in fact, if anything, I thought Chelsea played better when we were 10 men. I thought we were sitting
Yeah,
back.
that's true.
Thanks to this manager. Oh.
No, I said the same thing, Seb, man. It's kind of like we just putting pressure on ourselves.
Yeah, what's
You know,
what we do?
it's
I know. If João Pedro stayed on side, this will be a completely different podcast. To compare
Well, according to Gary Neville, we
Another
did.
thing I was going to mention: what if Esteval was on the pitch? Would that made a difference?
Maybe he probably was sharp.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Chelsea aren't very good.
I'd like to know. I'd quite like to know. I'm sure Don will know these numbers when he's on in a minute. But how many minutes have Chelsea actually played with 10 men this season?
Oh, lots.
About the same amount as we did in lockdown.
Yeah. They've surely broken the record, right? Surely.
They're level with it. They're level and not
A level.
more than they've broken the record.
Who's the team? Who's the team with the most?
I think it's Coventry.
Coventry. Wow.
I think it's the year they went down.
Ball
Oh
knowledge.
wow.
I think it's
Yeah, Seb knows his stuff.
Coventry.
Seb knows his stuff.
When I saw it, yeah.
But yeah, Seb, any like positives in terms of the obviously the result was positive, but you know, in terms of like the performance, anything positive about that or
I said anything positive.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact it's always great to beat this, and it's always great to beat Chelsea. Of course, they're always a team I always want to beat, and I always love beating because, of course, we don't like them. But I have to say, what they put us through is just unnecessary. It's just unnecessary to put us through that. We even started the podcast yet.
Yeah. With 38 minutes in.
yeah, it's not actually crack.
Right, see, I just don't see
Well,
I just don't see the timing going, but that's a
Oh no, it's ended.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're still going.
Seb, that that Arteta, he's got a good record against the Chelsea, don't he? Now.
Yeah, he does. He's won more games against them than any other team. Yeah, he's won more games against them, which is great. And yeah, it's always great to have their number. And it goes back to the days when we used to beat Tottenham and Chelsea all the time, and they never used to beat us. And that was when we were going for titles. And when they were beating us, we weren't going for any titles or anything. But now it's great that we've got this record. That's 11 in a row in all competitions. Without
against them 11 in a row
against Chelsea. Yeah,
was the last game they beat us was 21 season.
Yeah, the one with Lukaku.
Pablo Mari.
Pablo Mari.
That's how long ago it is. So yes, it's great, and of course it's always good to beat Chelsea because they want to do everything to stop our title charge, just like Tottenham did the other week, and they didn't do it. But believe me, that was so stressful, especially towards the end. And if João Pedro had stayed on side, it will be a completely different podcast to what we're having now. But yeah, I suppose the most important thing is to get the points, and any win against them will do, especially after City only just got over the line against Leeds. And
how didn't they win that? How did Leeds not score, man?
Yeah.
They were,
you know what reminds me of? The Forest game. Remember when City won 2-0 and Chris Wood missed the couple of
Chris Wood was.
It gave me that flashbacks. Ain't gonna lie.
That was annoying, but yeah, the most important thing is we got the results. I just hope Declan Rice isn't actually injured, and obviously there's concerns about Odegaard. Can't have his knees.
We will get onto that later on. Trust me,
because we need everyone fit in our title running because we are still getting knocks. But Yeah, it was a game unnecessary. We needed to drag down to the wire. Because let's be honest, when we were down to 10 men, you don't need to shut a game down when you're playing against 10 men. There's no need to. You go for the front foot and you kill it off because their keeper was dodgy, their defense was dodgy. So go and kill it off. They were there for the taking, but we just didn't. It's just not in our nature anymore to absolutely ruin these teams. We just let the game drift and drift and drift, and then bring it down to the wire. And everyone's nerves is all under pressure because it has caught up with us a couple of times. Remember against Wolves and Brentford when we were doing this, we got punished. So we've got to be so careful. Don't keep doing this, Arteta, before you mess it up, because now any slip up is now going to be costly. Any slip up, no more drop points. And we've got another difficult game on Wednesday. I think that will be a difficult game.
That will be, yeah.
We've not got to go for the best of records against them, but most importantly, we got the result, which was what I really wanted. And yes, okay, it's better that you have a bad performance, a not so good performance and win, rather than have a good performance and not win. Yes, I get it at this stage, but the thing is that how long is it going to last?
Exactly.
How long? Because it did play up to us earlier. We can't afford it to happen again.
How many times have you had these performances this season as well?
Quite a lot of times. We were doing it a lot before Christmas and got away with it. We didn't get away with it from the turn of the year onwards. That's why we've dropped 11 points since the turn of the year. 11 precious points. Yeah,
we could have been out of sight, bro. Honestly,
yeah, definitely. And I would like to say something before people get onto me about this. I know what I said last week about David Raya and that he shouldn't get his golden glove if you don't win the title just because of that one mistake against Wolves. Right, that is something I am still going to hold on to. But I will give him full praise and full credit for the way he's turned it around, especially yesterday. I'm sorry, 2 of those saves a normal keeper doesn't make, and we end up drawing the game, costing us 2 points. So I'll give him that, and I will give him props for that save he did against Tottenham. Because yes, I know we were winning; it could have easily let me back in it.
Yeah.
So fair play. Listen, the thing is, I never said he's a bad keeper. He's a great keeper. He really is. He's a great keeper. But the thing is, all you need to know is that I'm desperate, just like all you are on the panel. Well, I hope so. Well, yeah, I think so. And
Man said, I hope so.
No, of course you are. No, of course you are. And most other Arsenal fans are Arsenal to win this title. So every point, every dropped point is so precious. Everything has to be spoken about. And the thing is, I feel I have to call these things out now before it's too late, because I do not want to be coming back on this podcast saying, oh, you should have done this. You should have done this. Oh, look back at that. Look, I don't want to do this. I want to be winning this title and winning another trophy, because there's more trophies to be won this season now.
Yeah.
So go and get the Premier League. Go and get the Carabao Cup first, then the Premier League, and then
go for the champs, mate. Have you seen that? Have you seen the one we got, bro? The draw we got is mad.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, absolutely. Now I do expect us to at least get to the final in that. I do.
Yeah.
I do. Even though I'd still stand by, I'd rather have the Prem if you'd asked me. But you've got to be going taking most opportunities when you can, because we're not going to get a better draw than that. And we've earned it. So for all these rival fans and foolish media just moaning, oh, it's fixed. Oh, it's fixed for Arsenal. Oh. Well, first of all, top of the league phase, 8 wins out of 8.
Exactly.
We deserve that draw.
Exactly.
We deserve that. But now it's up to them to get the results and to show that it was a favourable draw. It's up to them, because I remember 11 years ago when we used to draw Bayern Munich, Barcelona, knockout stage. It was one of the times
you can still get Barcelona in the semis.
Seb, but the fact that we have an easy draw, do you remember we said this was it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying to
Monaco.
Yeah,
Monaco.
I was just about to say to that. And then we put in one of the worst performances at home I've seen for a long time. And then
Olivier Giroud, sorry.
Yeah,
he missed a
bro,
load of
Giroud
chances.
missed loads of
In
chances.
general,
man.
that
Jesus.
performance was awful. Then he ended up knocking us out. And then
Was it Martial? Was it Martial? Wasn't it?
yeah, Martial, Berbatov. We're now
Oh
Martial
my
and
God.
Berbatov. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we've got a real, and I think that day we disrespected them because we went into that game so complacent. Everyone did. The fans did as well. Everyone was so complacent. Those players were a disgrace that day. But now, hopefully, these players will learn that. It's time now to go all the way. We've got the minerals. We've got the squad depth. Because I'm not having all this. Oh, we're playing too many games. This is why you've got a squad now. We can't be using that as an excuse. And we've got the quality.
Yeah,
now.
but I think
underestimate Bodo Glimt.
Sorry.
Don't underestimate Bodo Glimt.
Bro,
No.
they're on a mad one, man.
But I do think Sporting Lisbon will beat them. I do actually reckon.
Yeah, I think over 2 legs.
Then we'll end up getting them yet again. I think that's. I went out there one of the seasons we played them. Yeah, because we played them in the Europa League.
And they knocked us out, didn't they?
Yeah, I was at the away leg that game.
But then we did beat them 5-1, didn't we? Last season?
Then we beat them 5-1, and Gyökeres potentially going back to his old club, and also Hincapié going back to Bayer Leverkusen, and he will be able to
play Ghani as well. Yeah.
Rules don't
brilliant.
apply in the Champions League. So but the main focus is Wednesday because that is another big game. We have to be going to Brighton and getting 3 points. We cannot be dropping points there. Otherwise we'll be back to where we were. Especially if City win, we'll be back to.
I was saying earlier, Seb, the Brighton game concerns me a little bit. The fact that is midweek and under the lights because we've had a few games, haven't we?
Exactly. Playing under the lights always makes the games more difficult because the fans are right up for it, and so. Like I said, it's down to these players, but we cannot afford to have too many games where we're just unnecessarily dragging it down to the wire. It's going to actually kill these teams off. Then when you do that, you can take players off, and then you can look ahead to the next game. You can't be doing that when you're unnecessarily dragging it down to the wire. Chelsea were there for the taking. Yeah, I thought they played all right, but let's be honest. They're not a great side. They've had problems this season, and I know we beat them 3 times, which is great, which is absolutely great. But in all 3 of them, I've left all 3 of them. Well, mainly apart from that Carabao Cups, the semi-final, the second leg one, where I thought we didn't need to. I thought all of those, I didn't think we looked really convincing. I thought it's a little bit of regret that we didn't get it off. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really here to moan so much today because I always love beating Chelsea. It's always great, and yeah, you just have to say, right, it's 3 points, 9 to go. Well, come on, Arsenal, come on, Arsenal, please get this.
Well, now you said about moaning, right? Just quickly, what do you make of Gary Neville on the commentary? Because we were speaking about that.
Well, what do you expect? What more? How on earth can he say, "Oh, that's off"? Oh, that looked onside. How on earth? Like, what are you watching? He was miles off.
Oh, my God.
I'm pretty sure he went on to say in the game as well, "Oh, Peter, this is why you're a commentator, because you can come up with these such magical phrases." And it's like, well, yeah, they're better than the stuff
He
that
was
you
a
say.
joke the other week. He was a joke what he said the other week.
Actually, quite interesting while you were talking about it, the Champions League and Bodo Glimt. One of Kieran best goals for Arsenal came against Bodo Glimt, didn't it?
Oh,
At home at the Emirates.
It was Zurich. Zurich, wasn't it?
Yeah, Zurich. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bodo. Oh, yeah,
No, not Zurich. It was Karabag when we won 1-0.
Wait, who's this?
It was
Karabag.
It wasn't. Sorry. Yeah, I think it was. It Karabag.
Who you on about?
Or was it Zurich? Yeah.
No, it was definitely Zurich.
Yeah,
we had Bodo Glimt
sorry,
in the
yeah,
same.
it was Zurich. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Zurich.
we had Bodo Glimt in
Yeah,
the same
it was.
group.
Yeah, it was Zurich when he scored that banger. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, great 3 points. And then move on to the next game. They're coming thick and fast now, so we've got to be on it.
They are.
Yeah. By the way, what's happening this weekend? Have we got a game or?
Mansfield Town on Saturday.
FA Cup.
Oh right, it's FA Cup.
You'll see lots
Let's
of
not
rotation.
underestimate them.
Mansfield Town.
Yeah. Dom made a fantastic video earlier, by the way, on Tottenham.
You summed it
Unbelievable.
up perfectly. Oh,
Oh
that
my
the outtake I
days.
just saw.
Hi,
By
this is
the
my
way,
first video.
No, for anyone that didn't see the 3-second video, I've had a Tottenham mate whinging at me since the Tottenham game and after the Chelsea game, saying that we are VAR of Arsenal, we're PGMOL are in our pockets, etc., because the Gabriel wasn't a foul. The Chelsea should have had 3 penalties.
You kidding me?
Jesus.
The whole lot. So I went to go and make a pretend video on it to send to him as a joke, and I literally it lasted 3 seconds because I just burst out laughing before I could say a word.
to be fair, you summed up Tottenham's season with that 3-second video. To be honest,
Do you know what though? In all fairness to my mate, he did say he goes the best news he's had in ages. He said, and it sums up where we are is the fact that Levy put in 50% relegation clause in all the contracts for the players he signed.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
It means they're going to have a huge clear out.
Do you guys think they'll go down?
No, I don't think they go down.
reckon they
It'd
could.
be funny as hell if they did.
Possibility.
They're
It
lucky
is. I
that-
think Forest are worse though.
Need West
yeah,
Ham.
they're lucky Forest are that bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think West
Although, to be fair, I don't know where our guaranteed 6 points are going to come from next season, to be fair. So
Chelsea?
That might be a shame if they do go down.
Maybe Chelsea.
Coventry.
Chelsea.
Middlesbrough.
Maybe Chelsea because they're right down there. No,
Mm.
sorry. Well, because we always got the beating on them.
Well, if you look at it, remember at the start of the season when Leon were like, "Oh, you better sell all your players or you'll be relegated to League Dos," and then the financial reports come in the past week, and Chelsea it's over double the financial loss of Leon. So hopefully Chelsea get relegated anyway. But
And Man City, to be fair. That'll
and
be
Man
nice.
City.
Yeah.
definitely.
But yeah, Dom, what you make of the game overall, bro? See 2-1
Which one? Sorry, you're talking about Brighton. I assume you mean Chelsea.
The Chelsea game, sorry.
Yeah, Chelsea. I'm at Brighton on
We'll
Wednesday, by the
obviously
way.
summarize the Brighton game towards the end, yeah.
Yeah, I'm at that game on Wednesday.
Are you in the Arsenal end?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
How'd you get tickets for that?
magic.
Magic.
Man's Doctor Strange, you know.
But yes, game. It wasn't a classic, was it? I mean, I wasn't surprised. I thought it was going to be a tight affair. Certainly, it wasn't a fun watch. It was a heart, not a good one for the heart. But I thought it was one of character from Arsenal. They had to dig deep. Chelsea, to be fair, came and played, and I think that's what kind of made it most disappointing most of the time this season when teams have come to try and play against us. We've been able to exploit it at the other end, which we did, but from set pieces. But I don't really care how the goals come in. But it was 3 points we needed. It was an important one. I think it's put Chelsea's Champions League aspirations on a knife edge. They'll be hoping that sides in Europe do well now to get in top 5, because after their financial results last week, they will desperately need Champions League football. But it was, as I say, it was a message, wasn't it? Because we had to respond. We've not done that recently, but we did on this occasion. But yeah, I mean, performance-wise, wasn't there. The attack very, very poor. I didn't want to see Trossard start, and he didn't play well. I'd bench him against Brighton because I think that will piss him off, and I think with 20 minutes to go, bring him on with a chip on his shoulder, and I think he'll get a goal or assist. But ultimately, I don't understand. What's really hacked me off is this narrative around Arsenal in the last 36, 48 hours, whatever it is, 24 hours, isn't it? We're Monday today. Jesus, that's how long my day at work was. It felt like 2 days. Arsenal foul at every corner, as if every team doesn't do it. Both our goals. Did you see what was happening to Yoker? It's exactly the same. Harry Maguire goes holding his head, but he was holding the Crystal Palace player. It's every team does it. And this idea that we only score from set pieces. Set piece goals are massively up across the league. Yes, we're very good at it. Yes, we scored the most. But 24 hours earlier, Liverpool were being celebrated for it. That's what really hacked me off. But ultimately, last point, very quickly, Rory. Last point. I think Seb was making a similar point just now. Ultimately, performance wasn't there, but it was 3 very important points. You just got to now back it up on Wednesday against Brighton.
Yeah, I was going to say, right, even with I think the incident with Declan Rice and the handball. Yeah, did you see what they were doing to Raya from that same corner, by the way?
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. This is what I'm saying. And then the João Pedro penalty is, for me, at first, when you slow it down, it looks like it doesn't punch the ball away. But when you look at it from a freeze frame, it looks like Raya's definitely punched the ball first. So I actually don't know myself, to be honest.
Have you seen it from the other view? The other view shows him clearly punching the ball.
Was it the front angle?
Yeah, the front angle on the wide lens. You can see him clearly getting ahead of him and punching the ball.
And then you know, Saliba wrapping his arms around. I think it was João Pedro, wasn't it?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
look,
I'm just saying, right?
But I mean, every team does it every time. So you either give them all or you don't give any.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying, right? Remember last season when, funnily enough, it was Saliba and João Pedro involved in an incident and they both clashed heads. That was given as a penalty. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think if you go back to the World Cup, I think it was the World Cup, was it? Where they gave penalties for all of those incidents and it cut it out. You know, you've either got to go back to that or you've got to accept that this is going to continue because Saliba is holding him and he's holding him illegally. It is a penalty, but we're not seeing any of them given. At least for once, we're seeing consistency on that.
Even when Timber scored the goal from the set piece, right? He was even getting hook handled whilst he was jumping up to. Like for me, right? If we're told, and listen, against Man United, we had the same treatment. I remember when we played Chelsea, like in 2017. Remember when Alonso scored the first goal and Bellerin was basically unconscious, couldn't move. I didn't
think that was a foul, to be fair. But I know which one you were talking.
But like at the same time, we were told, man up, and like when we're doing it, it's like, well, we're thugs, aren't we?
Everyone.
It's
wait, what one are you? What are you on about? Like what incident?
So the Chelsea game in 2017, right?
No, not
years ago.
Not that one. No, not that one. The Saliba one and João Pedro. I'm trying to remember.
Last year,
we drew 1-1 with Brighton, and they got a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, but for the Chelsea game, when was this point in the Chelsea game?
Saliba wrestling one. Do you mean?
Yeah, was it when Raya punched it away?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
What do you think?
Saliba's got him and he drags João Pedro off the pitch pretty much. So it is a penalty, but again, my point here being we're seeing it every single corner from every single team.
Yeah.
So either give them all or don't give them. And in fairness to the referees, they're pretty much not giving any for them.
Yeah.
Could you argue the free kick they won? Not they won. We won leading up to the goal as well. I think for me, after watching it back, it looks like he's clipped his knee. During Timber's knee, that is. Because for me, right, you can see Hato, whoever it was who gave away the foul, he wasn't complaining whatsoever. So this is what I'm saying about Chelsea being robbed. I think it's all a myth, to be honest with you.
I do too. Look, as fans, we all complain about incidents and all feel we're hard done by, right? But my issue here with this one is why is it being raised now? And you take the set pieces. Liverpool the day before, literally headlines going, Liverpool set pieces, restoring their chances of getting back in the Champions League. It's beautiful. We do it the next day. It gets criticised. And look, we have been reliant on set pieces at times this season. We won this game on set pieces. But equally, we have scored a lot of own goals. And then today, Slot comes out and says that set pieces are ruining the game. Well,
Can I just say, I think Liverpool don't overly rely on set pieces to win games like we've done in the past.
Well, they are the top scorers from set pieces in 2026.
Didn't they score like seven of their goals in a row?
Your point is justified, by the way, Bertie.
In this game, this Chelsea game, it did feel like we were just playing to get a corner and hope it goes in, and it worked. But if we constantly play like that, there are times where it won't.
Yes, I would agree.
It did feel like in this game we just wanted to play for set pieces and just not go for it.
Yeah, I would agree. The attack didn't work at all in this game. You know, I was making the point earlier that, you know, look, there's been times this season when teams have come out and played against us. We have gone and scored goals. This one, we didn't play at all well in that attack. That I don't think any of our front four that started that game played well at all.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a question in the chat here. Thoughts on Eze, gents?
Oh, it's so disappointing, man. Honestly,
not good enough.
Considering how well he played against Tottenham, and even in the little spell he had against Wigan, And then, to be honest, I would have started him against Wolves because I think Ante dropped him, didn't he? It's like straight after the Wigan game.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the game for him.
I would consider playing Eze out to the left and Havertz in
Yeah, I would
behind.
too.
Yeah,
That's-
that's what I wanted to see. You know, when he took off Gyökeres for Havertz, I was
Yeah.
like, why not bring them, play them? Because they had a decent, before Havertz got injured, I thought they was playing really well together. And that would have been the starting thing I would have done anyway. Havertz, Gyökeres together.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought Martinelli for Trossard was the right sub because Chelsea was starting to get on top, and that stretches the game. Excuse me, with Martinelli's pace. But I'm with you. I think if you've got Hincapié at left back, I think Eze on the left works because Hincapié is decent defensively. He's the best of the three left backs defensively, and that covers for any deficiencies there. And I think Eze is most similar to that position is most similar to where he was successful against Crystal Palace. So that's where I play him. And Trossard's just not informed, so I'd have started him out on that left too. If obviously Odegaard wasn't deemed fit enough to start, and nor was Havertz, so therefore I get why he plays in the 10. But yeah, I would have played him out left. I think that's where his long-term position will be.
And it doesn't help when, you know, Arteta's system, I keep going back to it, but it doesn't help when there's hardly any attack in Arteta's system, especially in the Chelsea game. I think Eze, he hasn't been as electrifying as we thought he'd be, but a big part of that is to do with Arteta, how negative his attacking football is. And I think Eze is getting a lot of unfair criticism from some of the Arteta super fans out there simply because he wasn't an Arteta signing. It's like that with Gyökeres as well. But I think, you're right. Eze isn't the amazing baller that he was all those seasons ago, but a part of that is to do with the fact that Arteta just rarely plays attacking football. It worked against Tottenham because we actually went for it. But yeah, we need to do a bit more of that. But it's quite rare with Arteta nowadays.
I think it comes down more to space, right? So at Crystal Palace, he had a lot of space to come into.
Can't play through the middle. That's what it is.
Yeah, and at Tottenham, they couldn't defend to save their lives, and therefore it created space. It's, you know, Inter Milan really went for it, left space, and I thought again it was another good Eze performance. I think it was Inter Milan. Yes, it was Inter Milan. You know, so I think when he operates in space, he is really, really effective. You know, and we need to find a way to get him into space more. I think that's something that we need to improve on. But equally, I'm certainly nowhere near giving up on Eze at all. I don't really care if he was an Arteta signing or not, because I just don't think it's an Arteta or a Berta signing. I think Arsenal have that committee, and some people prefer some people have their names and other people have their names, and they'll have a discussion and they'll agree on it. And Eze, of course, was sort of on the Berta side of the discussions around who to sign. But ultimately, unless they agree, no one comes in. So it is a joint signing. But I do think that Eze has still got a lot more to give for Arsenal, and it will come at some stage.
Is it time to have a talk about Saka now too? I mean, the issue with Saka this season has been his finishing for me, because I've got the stats here, right? First in key passes, first shot assists, first in successful dribbles, first offensive duels won, first successful attacking actions, first touches in the box, XG, XA second, expected assist second, dribble success rate second, offensive duels won second, fouls suffered second. So this is Bukayo Saka against Premier League wingers this season, and this is, you know, an out of form Saka. As I said, the only issue with him this season has been his finishing, hence the stats. You know, that they've been very underwhelming. But what do you guys make of this?
Well, again, is it the same? What Posh was saying, is it the way how we play? Do you reckon?
I think it's more like down to management, to be honest with you.
Like, if I can elaborate on this, it all comes back to last season where he got injured against Crystal Palace, a long-term hamstring injury. A lot of us were saying, do not rush him back. Do not have him play a lot of minutes when he comes back. And what happened? Obviously, we had a game against Real Madrid coming up. We hoped he would play for that, but he played a lot more minutes when he came back that season than we wanted him to. He then gets injured again against Leeds, and then he comes back, and he either he's had to change the way he's been playing because of those injuries, and he gets injured in the warm-ups as well. And I made a point at the start of this season, back when on Gooner Gathering, where I said, if we're not careful, Saka's going to turn into the next Michael Owen. a great player, but had his career hampered by injuries, and had to change the way he played and was never the same again. And I fear we've got to that stage now, because Saka's not the same player that he was all those years ago. And it's what happened to Michael Owen when he became injury prone. And that's what happens when you rush a player back from a grade 3 hamstring injury. These long-term consequences like this.
Do you guys thought how do you guys think he played against Chelsea?
I thought he turned up in the last 20, to be honest. I thought it was really good in the last 20 when Chelsea went down to 10 men.
Do you not think he could have done more because of who did they play? They had
yeah, they had Tasso.
I mean, Cucurella was out
here and there, but like, to be honest, I don't think anyone turned up in attack really.
That's the thing, though. Like, do you look at him as like we used to, like as an X Factor type player? Because
Saka.
Yeah,
because it feels like he's the only one that can actually whip in a decent cross, or well, a dangerous cross at least.
For nowadays, all the crossing just applies to our fullbacks. We almost don't let our attackers cross the ball anymore.
Yeah, that's true as well. It feels like our fullbacks are pretty much further forward than our forwards.
Yeah.
I look at some of the areas where Saka and Martinelli were back in the 2022-23 season, the time where we actually played our best football, where Saka and Martinelli were, where they were crossing the ball. That's where Timber is now. Like it's.
So I must say, I think the fullbacks being so high does confuse me slightly, because against Spurs, the attacking players were in the positions you'd want them to be, which is where the fullbacks have been too much this season. So I do find that slightly odd. But, and I think there is some justification in terms of, just where Bertie was saying about Saka as well. But I also, and I talk about this a lot, I also think that space is at a premium this season for attackers. And it's not just Arsenal. We are seeing attacking numbers down across the league, but it is particularly evident at Arsenal. I do think that is impacting attacking input across not just Arsenal but across the league, but it is overly affecting Arsenal because we are genuinely seeing Arsenal have less space to attack into, and I think that is impacting players as well. And obviously Saka from a stats point of view, and I think there is something on the eye test as well here, which is that he's not at the level of last season, albeit I don't think it's sort of over for where he can get to. But is obviously I think he's had 3 assists, if not 4, ruled out now because it's either deflected or he set up a cross that's led to an own goal. So from a stats point of view, it's way down, but not quite as bad as it looks like. But his eye test is definitely down, and I think there's no denying that.
Maybe. As you said, Dom, it might be the space and Premier League. I'm trying to think of who do you say the best winners are this season in the Premier League? Proper
Semenyo's been the best.
Probably Semenyo at Man City, right?
Yeah.
But
Semenyo easily.
I think Semenyo's kind of hit and miss though, because at times, right, I'm seeing the guy awful in front of goal, but then he'll still pop up with the odd goal here and there. It's weird. Like sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
But I mean, I'm not sure of it. I mean, I don't know. I don't have it in front of him, so this could be completely off. But I think to Josh's point, I'm not convinced there's been that many wide forwards who really excelled this season, or forwards in general. And it does come back. This is why I sort of keep coming back to this point on space, because I don't think any. Well. Yeah, I don't think that many forwards at all have excelled this season across the entire league.
Whereas if you look at like other leagues like La Liga, you got like your bosses like Yamal and Rafinha, you got Vinny, you've got if you look in Bundesliga, you got Diaz and Elise, you're just getting mad numbers, like compared. But in the Premier League, we're struggling to really. I mean, there's a few names there, and Mbeumo, Semenyo, Harry Wilson, but. It's not like when you look at these.
I think Harry Wilson scored like 7 goals for Fulham this season. Semenyo has like 14, and then Mbeumo's got what is it, 9 goals he scored this season. I mean,
Mbeumo, he has been good. Yeah.
Man said Pedro Neto in the chat. I've never seen this guy before, in the chat. But there you go, definitely Pedro Neto. But we will move on. I want to talk about the Declan Rice injury, because I'm sure this could cause a little bit of a debate. Like, should we have managed him better than what we have done?
Yes.
Because I just think at the moment we've had plenty of opportunities to manage him like we have done with Saka over the years. Like I'm seeing the guy brought on against Brighton in the League Cup. I'm seeing him come on against Port Vale. Like these are games that he shouldn't be even travelling for. He should be at home. Same with Gabriel, etc. Hence he picked up the injury around November time. So I think we should be managing Declan Rice a lot better, especially when you've got your £18 million midfielder in Norgard that you bought in the summer, which we were all told that it was smart business, and he can't obviously touch pitch at the moment in the Premier League. That's for sure. He might as well not be registered. But what do you guys make of this Declan Rice injury? Although to be fair, there's not really been any confirmation, has there?
Well, we don't know until we hear from the manager. But yes, I definitely agree he should have been managed better. There were some games he didn't need to stay on the pitch for as long. Players like Norgard,
Miles Lewis-Skelly, Seb.
yeah, another one. Players like them who get totally underused. You see, this manager just doesn't learn.
I really wanted to play Lewis-Skelly in midfield. Obviously the Wigan game, but we never got to really see it because obviously Calla got injured and he had to go back to left back. But I was watching. You remember that Atleti game?
Fury since. Where's Calla Fury?
Oh, here we go. Where's
Calla Fury since? What is going on with this manager?
Seb, the best. Seb,
players.
What's that saying? The best ability is availability, isn't it, Seb?
He is available. He has been available.
No, he's injured again, Calafiori.
He's a testament to how good Lukaku is.
It's time to go, Seb.
Yeah, it is time to go.
No, honestly, I think I want to.
He looks gorgeous, man. You can't get rid of him.
Lovely hair.
He's got lovely hair, yeah.
Sweet prince.
I
Time to go, and you go and get that guy who we're going to see next week. I want that guy in now.
Who?
Oh, Grimaldo, isn't
We're
it?
going to see next week.
Grimaldo.
Now he's best left back in the world.
Back to 2022 again.
You want to win titles or not?
I actually think
What midfielders would you take?
Goretzka.
Oh,
we need a Seb bingo card.
Goretzka.
Danny Olmo.
House. I win.
What about on the win, Seb?
Rodrigo.
And?
Pedro Neto.
I think you're forgetting someone, Seb.
I think I mentioned him already.
Yeah, he just mentioned him.
Rodrigo.
No.
I don't want whoever you said.
What, you don't want Pedro Neto?
Oh, he's clumsy. No.
He's clumsy.
150.
Tied as
Oh my
He's
God.
clumsy, is he?
No, I don't want Chelsea at rejects.
What am I hearing?
We're taking Chelsea rejects at Madueke. Did you think I wanted Madueke? Did you think I wanted Willian? Did you think I wanted David Luiz?
Yeah, but you wanted Pedro Neto 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, before we signed to them, yes. I most definitely
Did they
Hang
go
on
to
a
Chelsea
minute.
last 2 weeks?
Seb, I love you, man, but you've got to get a rewind on that.
What did assume it was a no-brainer.
Oh yeah, that's a geezer you still want in the field, don't you?
We're not now. But at that time, yes. But the thing is, you're meant to be getting people at that time when you need them. You shouldn't be waiting for other people to come and fail and then say, "Oh, I was right all along." You get the best possible people you get now to win you the title.
So you think? So if we signed Basuma, you think he'd have done better for us because presumably
Who else
Arteta
did we
was a
sign?
better
Yeah,
coach?
well, yes, of course, because we didn't sign anyone else that summer in that position.
So you think Arteta would have got more out of him than Spurs did? Yeah.
Yes, Spurs don't get the best out of anyone nowadays.
Well, to be fair, in that same year, didn't we sign Jorginho? And I don't think
That was in January,
Well, that's why I said in the same year, but
and that was unsuccessful.
Bissouma would have been no better.
Didn't get us
anyway.
a title.
Well, in that case, Declan Rice is unsuccessful, and every single player we signed for the last 22 years is unsuccessful.
No.
Yeah.
Some, yes.
80! Come on, 80.
Yes, not all.
Hey, bless
Well, so
up.
then why was Jorginho unsuccessful? Because that logic either applies to everyone or no one, surely.
It didn't get us the title.
So everyone's been a fluff then by that logic.
I want people that wins titles. Then I'll start.
I forgot to ask as well. Who would you take as the goalkeeper, Seb?
Oh my god.
You know who I want.
Oh yeah, but Leno back.
Well, there you go.
The man who's kept how many
There's
clean
your
sheets this
answer.
season?
Would he be starting ahead of Raya right now?
No, but he'll be giving him serious competition.
Really?
Yes, really. He'll give more competition to what Kepa's doing.
He said,
I think Kepa's better.
No, he's not.
one question,
No, it's better.
guys. How did Seb feel when Pedro Neto got a red card?
Oh, here we go.
Happy
Someone
because
knows.
we're going to win that. Remember, we had to give us that game.
Oh, okay. Because he's a baller, right?
He's a baller.
What the hell? He's a-
You said you don't
Bro,
want him
you just
anymore.
say you don't want him.
No,
No more Chelsea rejects.
no,
No,
more.
you said he's a
No,
baller.
no more, not now.
But you said he's a baller.
Was a baller, yes.
So he's a baller.
That was the one I wanted.
Sorry for coming late, guys.
When he was a Wolves,
People
that
that
was
do
where I
well, man.
wanted.
Oh my days.
Come on, I want
Big
people
up.
to title.
Yeah, you've come in quite late to be fair.
Yeah. So I had like a meeting from like 10-ish, it was like 9 in your time, and it just finished. So I was like, really, really late.
Fair enough, bro. But I'm going to ask you about obviously the game at the weekend. Just you can give us a brief summary on the game.
Set piece FC Ole Ole. I'm good.
Is that
It
it?
might cost us if we constantly play like this.
Yeah, that's all. So basically, I'm just tired sometimes of how these guys make my heart feel, because for some reason these guys have a red card and they kind of play better than us, who had 11 men. And when João Pedro was offside, he did the whole bicycle kick stuff and the ball ended at the back of the net. I almost lost it. Of course, the replay showed that he was clearly offside, even though Gary Neville was trying his best to make it sound like it wasn't. That guy is such a twat, man. I don't know. There's so much hatred you can have for a club.
His phone's been so boring.
You're a bloody pundit that is paid loads of money. The least you can do is to be objective. Even if it's kind of like you hate Arsenal with every part of your body. But João Pedro was miles offside. Like, come on, bro. So I'm just happy that we got the 3 points. And I was just because prior to the game, Leeds against Man City, for the life of me, I don't know why they did not convert the chances they had. But that's just football for you. So we are in serious pressure going into this game. And anything more than 3 points would have been a disaster. I really loved how Sanchez was just being useless in the goal. Clearly, I wish
Actually, I was hearing in the week he was better than Raya.
No,
Apparently, it wasn't even close.
no, come on, no.
No. Seriously, this is what.
Yeah, I
this
saw
is
that
what-
as well.
No,
yeah.
seriously, this is what Chelsea fans were saying.
Yeah, well,
They weren't in the
I
same
think
level.
anyone's better than anyone. Obviously.
in what world? I didn't joking right now. You know the amount of games that Sanchez has gifted us. Remember the one in Stamford Bridge when it was 2-1 and he gave the ball straight to Declan Rice?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've had so many dramas from that guy, man. I just wanted Joker to steal the ball from his leg and play it into an empty goal. That would have been
They are never winning any titles with Sanchez in goal.
Yeah, I agree. But I was a bit disappointed with AJ. I thought he would have built on the North London derby performance. I wanted Havertz to come to play in midfield, but I also understood why he went to attack to take out Gyökeres, So everyone has gotten the 3 point. Let's just move on to Brighton. And I'm just happy.
Yeah.
At least I said pieces we have not scored in a long time, so good to see them cook again in that regard, even though everybody is hating. So I read somewhere on Asblog, he said everybody is talking about how we are terrible at set pieces. But folks don't talk about how our deliveries are so good. Rice, Saka, then the determination of the players to actually get to that ball. See how Gabriel floated in the air for like 3 years just to make himself available to dot the ball to Saliba. And that's how we got our first goal. So I'm good with that, bro.
Sorry, I've just only seen Dom's message privately. I'll try my best. I will try my best because I
stop
do not.
asking questions. I've got video re-recorded for tomorrow. Would you?
Oh my god! But we'll go back to the Declan Rice topic because we were
No,
on that.
we'll move on. I've done it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think only Seb answered the question. To be fair, we'll go to Tom next. If Declan Rice is injured, who would you be starting in midfield? Would it be Norgard or would it be Lewis Skelly? Like,
I think it's fair to say we've got options, right? We've got, well, let's just say Odegaard's back. Apparently, it's nothing too serious. We've got him, we've got Eze, we've got Havertz, we've got Lewis Skelly, we've got Norgard. I think Calafiori could probably do a job in midfield as well. We've seen
No experimenting. Do not experiment.
No
8 games to go.
Not now, man. Not now.
hold on a minute.
You put him
What
in
about
there.
trying against Mansfield, Seb?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's the time to try. But you do not experiment
Experiment.
in a title race with 8 games to go.
I mean,
Hold on a minute.
I agree.
With 9 games to go.
Hold on.
I agree. I agree. I wouldn't see Miles Lewis Skelly as an experiment in midfield, but I would certainly see Calafiori as one.
But we don't
So I
do
definitely
that. Better not be doing that.
Hold on a minute. I asked Tom actually. So before you lot move, like let's
You
hear from
don't
Tom.
experiment with 9 games to go. In a
I mean, you
title
can
race.
have-
Everyone's agreed with you.
I'm telling you now, I am not having this title lost this season. I'm not having it.
Yes, you said.
Yeah, we get it. We get it, Tom.
Well, I mean, you can have Zubimendi and Norgard behind a 10. You can have Norgard sitting behind 2 more attacking players. You can have Zubimendi with a Havertz and an Odegaard. Like, there's many options around it. Obviously, you know, if Mikel Merino was here, he would be in such good use.
Yeah.
But I touched on it at the start. Hopefully, it's just a couple of games maximum with Declan.
He
Because
was
obviously
indicating on social media this morning, by the way, that he was absolutely fine.
Did he?
Yeah,
he
but
hasn't
Ben
said it
White.
outright.
Anyway,
it wouldn't surprise me because
Anyway,
Declan Rice
we should be-
hasn't really had many injuries in his career, let alone at Arsenal.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
Yeah, but you were really struggling, though. You were still
without Rice. We should be beating Brian. If we don't beat Brian, but just because we've got Rice, then there's problems. Come on, then there's problems. You should be rested for a game like that, even if he's not 100%. You don't risk it. Should be more than good
Who are you
enough
playing in
to
midfield
beat
then?
Brian.
Who are you playing in midfield then?
Sorry,
Who are you playing in midfield then?
Norgard and Zubimendi, or even go Norgard and then Eze and Odegaard.
No, we can't experiment.
It should be good enough to beat Brighton. Come on.
Can't experiment though, Seb.
It's not experimenting. He did it against West Ham until Odegaard got injured. He's done it a few times actually.
No, but you're playing Brighton away from home though.
Yeah, okay. We should be beating Brighton without Rice. If we can't beat them just because of Rice, then there's problems.
Okay, why can't we experiment against them?
No, you don't experiment. No, you play people in a natural position who know what they're doing.
We played last time we played Brighton, he played Declan Rice at right back.
And why do you think that was?
He was experimenting.
He was not experimenting. Why do you think that was? Who did we have available? Who did we have out?
He could have played
Because we didn't have a right back. Because Timber, because he's burnt out Timber. And White can't stay fit. Call on this manager. You better get this title over that line, or that is it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm serious now.
Dom, what would you do?
I'm not telling you.
Oh shit, was that another one of them questions, yeah?
No, that genuinely is. I recorded it earlier. That is genuinely the topic of tomorrow's video. So I think, you know, whether Rice is injured or not, I think one of Rice or Zubimendi, look, Arteta has rotated a lot this season, but they are the 2 players that haven't been rotated a lot. Well, I'm sorry, Seb, it is a fact. But Zubimendi and Rice are the 2 that haven't been rotated. And they did look tired. And I think that was a real you could see it in the last 20 minutes where we really struggled to get control of that game in the last 20 minutes. We should have been able to keep that ball away from Chelsea. But, obviously Rice goes off, but we just look really tired in the middle of the park. So I think you're probably going to have to play one of them with the injury to Moreno. But you could do what Tom said, which is obviously play 2 10s. I'm not sure that we'll do that because I think Brighton, well, we need to beat Brighton and we should beat Brighton. I'm not sure Brighton's a side you play 2 10s against because they are very quick in transition.
Yeah, sorry to cut you, but with the 2 10s, I was thinking more longer term against different opponents.
Yes, I think that is that they are options there. Yeah, I think So I think for me, I mean Norgard has to start this one, and I'd start Norgard and Miles Lewis-Skelly against Mansfield. But one of Zubimendi or Rice needs to miss out for Norgard against Brighton. Because I think that is the area of the pitch where we haven't seen the rotation, unlike the other areas where we have.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I wanted to see a midfielder come in January, because
and there was one there. There was one there out there.
Goretzka.
The one that didn't want to leave Bayern Munich.
He was right there.
I thought you were talking about Kobe Mainu, but
No, there was one right there.
I would have taken Kobe Mainu, to be fair.
Goretzka.
No one did it because he wanted to stay at Bayern Munich.
How come he was offered everywhere? If he was done
Dom,
earlier,
you have to make them available.
Exactly. There you go. Exactly. And don't say he can't be because of course he can.
Bayern Munich were trying to shop him, and he wanted to stay at Munich, and he's sensible to stay at Munich. He's going to get silverware. He's going to pick up medals, and it means in the summer he can go and get a bigger wage when he moves on because there'll be no transfer fee. It makes perfect sense for Goretzka to stay. There's no incentive for him to leave in January.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a midfielder. I'm talking about midfielder, somebody who has legs in the middle. For me, anyway. Well, hold on. Let me start that again.
Goretzka has legs, of course.
Pause.
He wasn't available in January.
Yes, he was.
He didn't want to leave.
I did a piece on it.
Well, so did a load of Bayern Munich journalists and German journalists saying that he didn't want to leave.
Yeah. As I was saying, right, we need a midfielder who has legs in there. That's what I meant to say. That sounded quite mad, my last statement, to be fair. But as I was saying, I think we do need a midfielder, not elegant like Goretzka, because I think we've got midfielders of that ilk, the likes of Eze, etc. But I think someone like Tonali.
One
No to
midfielder
Tonali. Why? Seb.
No. I wasn't saying no to that.
My bad.
What you were saying earlier.
Oh, okay.
No, of course I'll take Tonali if he's available.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, of course. Yeah, of course I'd have him. But we all knew in January he weren't available.
Like Goretzka.
We've got to make them available, Seb.
Yeah, well, there you go. But in January, let's be honest, we ain't going to get him away from Newcastle.
So how are you getting Tonali, who's not available? But
I meant
sorry, how are you getting Goretzka, who's not available?
Yes, he was available. He had 6 months of contract for crying out loud. 6 months of crying out loud. Anyone with 6 months left on his contract is available. He's always available, no matter
just
what.
Put an article in here. Leon Goretzka stays at Bayern Munich despite lucrative Atletico offer.
Hello. 6 months left.
Yes, read the article. It tells you all you need to know.
When was that article written?
February the 1st, 2026.
Right, there you go. End of the window. Doesn't count.
No, it says...
End of the window.
You haven't even read it. How do you know what it says? You haven't read it.
When did I write mine? Start of the window. And when was he offered?
This guy's a professional journalist, man. Oh, my days. These are professional journalists talking about the fact he sourced, turned down Atletico Madrid.
When did they offer that? Did that offer come?
In the transfer window.
They come at the last minute, of course they'll say no.
No, it doesn't say when it came in January. I'd have to read it down.
Come at the last minute, of course, or the last week, of course they'll say no. But if they come early enough, they'll say yes.
Well, again, it doesn't make any sense for him to have left.
I'll give you another example. Right.
Is that because Goretzka
back
did
in the
want to stay?
Back in the day, back in the day, I think it was in 2011. I think it was 2010, 2011, 2010. We desperately needed a keeper. Desperately needed a keeper. Shay Given from Newcastle. World top class underrated keeper. Perfect for Arsenal. Oh, but start the window, first week and two. Oh, no, not available. No, he won't be sold. No, won't be sold.
Why are we talking about the January transfer window?
Listen.
I agree.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Man City, the same window, the same a week before the window starts. Man City come in, bang, he's gone. Bang.
I love the way he says bang, by the way, with some conviction.
And all Arsene Wenger said, oh, Shay didn't want to leave. Shay didn't want to leave. Man City come in, bang, gone.
I've just looked it up, and the reason he became available is because Newcastle had to sell for financial reasons.
Why didn't Arsenal do that early in the window? And why didn't Arsenal do that when we were linked with him? And we needed a keeper desperately at that time because we were sticking up with Almunia and that nonsense.
But what's this got?
What are we talking about Almunia? It's 2026.
Well, didn't Bayern need the money? Bayern needed the money, otherwise he would have gone on a free. So surely Bayern would have taken some cash. They even didn't want to go until City came in. Bang, gone.
Again, Newcastle's finances changed, and it was 15 years ago.
Doesn't matter. I can give you more. I can give you loads more.
Yeah, but so far none of them have been accurate.
It has been accurate. I've said you everything that's accurate. You just
I've just proved it's not with Goretzka and Shay Given with a very quick Google search. It took me seconds.
Available.
Shay Given.
Because I'm telling you, it can be done.
Gone back to 2010.
It can be done. And we desperately needed that player at that time.
Was that
These three legs are bloody lovely, by the way.
This is surreal.
Are we done?
Yes.
How have we gone from Declan Rice to Shay Given, by the way?
Lord,
I think anyone here can spot the correlation, right? Shay Given, Declan Rice.
Well, they're both Irish,
The top
allegedly.
class players they are.
Oh, yeah, true.
Shay Given was in the day. Seriously,
Shay Given was a very good goalkeeper, to be
Yeah,
fair.
he was. He's a hybrid hero.
I just said he was a very good goalkeeper.
He's a hybrid hero.
Do I need to speak Russian or something? Mind you, Josh, you're a Russian speaker agent.
Messing around.
Yeah. Sabotaged.
Oh, my days. Anyway, we will move on to the Brighton game on Wednesday. I know we spoke briefly about it earlier, but
I've
it's
got to
another
go.
must-win. Oh, just quickly, Tom. Give us your score prediction, and if you've got time, give us your predicted lineup quickly.
Right now,
My
all right.
soul brother, check it out now.
We are playing Brighton.
Classic.
Right.
Raya will be in goal. Timber will probably stay at right back. Saliba, Gabriel, no reason to drop them. Although I really do feel like Mosquera's deserved minutes, but I just don't see it happening above
Play against Mansfield.
Gabriel. Yeah, Mansfield, good opportunity for Mosquera. Left back, no reason to drop in Cape. Scored an own goal, but he was sound for the rest of the game. Midfield, I think Zubimendi will keep his place, which, yeah, whatever. To be honest, it's very similar situation to other players in the past where, we can have these conversations of this player should just have a rest, but it's just not happened. It's happened for every other player other than the midfield double pivot, of which Don has obviously stated. So it'll probably be Zubimendi. If Declan's back, it will be Declan. If not, then it will be Norgard. Again, if Marino was back, he'd be such good use right now. Playing in the more advanced role. What I'd like to see, I know you asked for my predicted lineup, but what I'd like to see is Havertz, Eze, Saka, and Gyökeres all together. Although it might not happen. It might be Martinelli on the wing and Eze, Saka, Gyökeres. That's what I'd predict. But I'd like to see Havertz in there instead of Martinelli. And then score prediction. I mean, it's got slip up written all over it, but I'm going to back us, and I'm going to say 2-1 to the Arsenal. Give me another set piece goal, make the rivals mad, and yeah, I mean we've scored the most goals in the Premier League this season, so set plays are obviously good use. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you all later. I hope you all have a nice
See you
evening.
Tom, bro.
See you later, mate. Have a good
one,
evening.
bro.
Yeah, you too. Chat later. Cheers for having me on. Bye.
Safe, bro. Josh, we'll come to you next. What are your thoughts going into the Brighton game, and of course, your predicted lineup based on availability?
Yeah, thoughts going into this game. Oh man, I just don't know with this club anymore how we're going to turn up. You know, we turn up how we did against Wolves, or turn up obviously how we've been seeing most performances, but get a win. As I was saying a bit earlier, obviously it's going to be difficult Wednesday night. I think we play the same time as City as well, don't we? So
We do, yeah.
we're not going to find out till after the game what happens there. So yeah, I mean, under the lights, I said it earlier, you know, we've had a few tough games like that. You know, you think about the Brentfords, you think about the Wolves as well, where we struggle at some of these grounds this season. And yeah, it's going to be difficult, man. But I still think we'll find a way. Team wise, I think Ray's in goal. Shame Ben White's still out, man, because I think although I thought Tim had a great game against Chelsea, I think I would have probably started Ben White for this one. But obviously Salah injured. So yeah, Timber right back. Gabriel. I mean, I wouldn't be against playing Mosquera, to be fair.
Changed the game against Spurs, but I can see Mosquera playing at Man City.
All right, yeah. He'll probably play FA Cup. Probably play FA Cup, won't he? So yeah, Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, left back, Nkapie once again. I think the back four stays the same. Midfield for me, I don't think he'll do it until maybe the Mansell game. But when you talk about who should, if Rice ain't there, Lewis Skelly for me. I think Lewis Skelly should be that midfielder. I think we should give him a go there. I think we should give him, obviously him or Norgard. But Lewis Skelly for me, I mean, that's his natural position. Number one, he's there in the academy. Number two, I mean, you've seen glimpses of him this season, like the Atleti game. When I was watching that back the other day, and that second goal that we scored, where he literally in the middle he had three players on him, brushed them all aside, and played a great ball to Martinelli. That's what he can do. That's what he can bring in the midfield. So I feel like that should be the guy to go with, or Norgard, obviously. So either one of those, if Rice ain't, I mean, even if Rice is back, or even if whether it maybe put Zubi out, because Zubi's legs, again, he's played quite a lot of games as well. We were saying it earlier. I think like Rice is on 40, he's on like 36. I'm pretty sure. So one of them needs to rotate. Maybe Norgard comes in then. But yeah, and then in the 10, I'd go Havertz in there. You know, obviously came off the bench against Chelsea. I want to see Havertz and Gyökeres play there again. Like Havertz in the middle and then Gyökeres up front. I think that worked really good before. Obviously he got injured, so I want to see that again. And then for the winners, I mean, yeah, you could go Eze on the left-hand side. I think that could be something to look at there. Trossard, I like what Dom said earlier, you know, have him on the bench, get him all fired up. Yeah, get him all fired up against his former team as well. Get him off that bench 20 minutes to go, and then hopefully he'll do something. So maybe Martinelli out wide or Eze, and then right wing. I mean, do you go Saka or do you go Noni for this one? Probably Saka on the right.
Yeah, I think so. With Mansfield at the weekend, I think it's
you got to factor in. You got to factor in the FA Cup game as well, don't you? Because I feel like a lot of the players.
You know, I love about that, Josh, by the way. I like the fact you were debating between Madueke and Saka, and then I saw Sev nod his head, and you were like, Saka. It was like you were held hostage or something.
Seb don't like Madueke, do you, Seb?
No, he's not good enough.
You know, you're not a fan.
Yeah, it does mean that you were looking at Seb and you saw him going, nah, not by the way, okay?
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Good enough.
Yeah, so yeah, that'd probably be the team, man, for me.
What about you, Posh, bro?
My lineup will be Raya in goal, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, so unchanged back four. It depends on Rice's fitness or not, because I think if he's fit, then he will play. But if he isn't fit or not, like if he's injured or if he's not as match fit as he can be, I would play Norgard and Zubmendi, because I do think Norgard needs to get a lot more game time, because when he has been featured, he's actually been quite impressive for us. So if Rice is not available, then I'd have Zubmendi and Norgard. Give Zubmendi a rest for the Mansfield game. Zubmendi gets a rest at Mansfield, but he'll start against Brighton. Then it'll probably be Saka, Eze, and Martinelli, and Gyökeres up front.
Seb?
I don't mind seeing Havertz, but
yeah,
I think Eze will probably start, and Havertz will come off the bench.
Seb, what about you?
Okay, so Raya in goal. I think he'll stick with Timber because I don't know about Ben White. What's going on there? Saliba and Gabriel. Then I'd actually go Calafiori at left back, mainly because I want Hincapié playing at centre back for the Mansfield game. I don't want to see Saliba or Gabriel playing in that one. So I think this could be a time to bring Calafiori back in. And then in the midfield, Zubmendi, Norgard. And I start Kai Havertz. Go for him for that one. And then Saka, Martinelli. I agree with bringing Trossard off the bench. And then Gyökeres. I'll go with that. Just keep it basic, keep it simple, and go and get the 3 points. That team should still be more than good enough to beat Brighton.
What about you, Dom?
I think a lot of it depends on who's fit and available to play. I think if there's doubts about Odegaard or Havertz being able to do 60 minutes, then Eze will start at the 10, for instance. But I think it'll be the same back four. I wouldn't be shocked to see Rice and Zubmendi start, but I as sort of advertised ahead of tomorrow, Norgard for me should start. And I think if there's doubts about either of them in terms of the red zone, just play Norgard and Miles Lewis-Skelly for this one and the Mansfield game. I think I would agree with Seb that, while Brighton aren't a bad side by any stretch and they've won the last 2 games, I think everything else around them should be good enough to win. I think Norgard has not put a foot wrong in an Arsenal shirt, and he should definitely be starting this one. But I'd be shocked to see both Rice and Zubmendi out the side. I wouldn't be stunned to see both of them start. And it's Saka on the right. As I say, at number 10, I think Eze will start this one because I'm not sure Odegaard or Havertz will quite be ready to go the full sort of 60 minutes or so. But I'd go Martinelli on the left, partly because of Trossard's form, partly because of what I said earlier. But actually, I feel this is a really good game for Martinelli. I think Brighton will leave a bit of space, and I think he can get a Wiffer, however you pronounce his name, the Brighton right back. So I think he can be got at as well. So Martinelli for me there, and also I think with Brighton in transition, Martinelli's ability to get back and support the defence will actually be quite crucial as well to sort of help step that, and then it will be Gyökeres up top. I think that will be the lineup, but hopefully it will be a nice, comfortable win at the Amex. Otherwise, it's going to be a long car ride back with a couple of Brighton fans.
And what about you, AT, bro?
Okay, so I think we'll start with Raya in goal. Hincapié has been doing very well. I know I love Calafiori and whatnot, but I think Hincapié was will start for me. And then the right back, I would have loved to play Ben White, but I think this game is too soon for him. I think he can play against Mansfield. So I would do Hincapié on the left, Timber on the right, of course, Gabriel and Saliba in the middle. If Rice is not fit, I would do Norgard and Zubmendi with Eze as the 10. Then I think Trossard needs to just spend some time on the bench. He hasn't really been playing very well in recent times. And even when we played Brighton, he was very riled up. And that was at the Emirates. Now he's going to come to their own home ground where, he left under criminal circumstances. So I think I'll do Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, and of course, Gyökeres in attack. That'll be my lineup.
Yeah, and score predictions, guys.
2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, the game has 2-1 written all over it, man.
I think the
Yeah, I
game
can
is a
see
draw.
it
To be honest,
being
if you want my honest opinion, I think the game has a draw written all over it. We can't.
I wouldn't be stunned if you're right, Posh, actually.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't be stunned.
It's just one of those games, midweek game, under the lights. Brighton are one of those tricky teams in those kind of situations. Do you know what? I will say 2-1 to Arsenal. But all I'm going to say is, if we do drop points, don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, I think I think that's a really good summary, Posh. To be fair,
That's the typical skin.
And Brighton
Definitely.
also are very well set up to play us and Manchester City. We're fairly similar. We're not identical, but fairly similar. And Brighton do tend to do well against both of us, us and City. To be fair, they're really tactically well set up to sort of counter what we do.
Yeah, and just before we do wrap up, actually, we've got a couple of questions to get through.
2-0. I say 2-0 win. You haven't asked me.
Oh, 2-0.
2-0 win.
1-0 for me.
What do you say, Josh?
1-0 for me. To Arsenal.
Yeah, I'll go 1-0 as well, Arsenal. But Morgan Rogers in the summer, guys. I mean, I wanted him last. My thoughts.
Yeah, I'll definitely take him in a heartbeat. He walks in this team. He's quality.
Yeah, it's just the system with Arteta. I don't think
that's why I'm always very sceptical about signing these attackers. Yeah, great on paper, but it's just the system that's a bit.
Would you play him out left if you sign Morgan Rogers, or would you find somewhere else for him to play?
Left. He's a left winger, isn't he? Plays more.
Yeah,
he's more in 10.
Yeah, I had him more as a 10. Funny enough.
I don't think he walks into our team. That's a wrong.
Come on, he walks in on the left, surely.
Yeah, left.
Yeah, but Arteta doesn't do common sense. We know this.
Yeah, to be fair. We've got a question for Seb here. Do you love or hate Arteta? I genuinely can't tell.
Look,
that's a very good question.
Right. I do like him. I respect what he's done with us to make us competitive again. I respect that. But at the end of the day, we need to be winning now, and we can't keep persisting with this for too much longer. You have to get things over that line now, because he's got everything he wants. He's spent a lot, and you've had more than enough time. And if you can't do it, then we've got to move on. I just want someone that can win. He's done the bit of getting rid. It's time now for results. I didn't accept it last season. I didn't expect it the other 2 seasons when we messed up that title. And this year will be the worst one ever lost. I'm sorry, there's no way back for him if he fails to land his title this season. I'm not having another year when he messes it up. And this will be on his own doing. This will. So, of course, I want him to do well. It's Arsenal Football Club. When he's managing my club, I always want him to do well. But if he's not, and if he's making silly mistakes that he's not learning from, I have to call it out. I have to call out everything now before it's too late. So that's your question. I do like him, but what's more important is my want to succeed, because my wanting Arsenal to win trophies is far, 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 far bigger than wanting the manager potentially gone. Far bigger.
Yes, mate.
We've got to be winning trophies. Don't
But
forget,
you love him, man.
massive football club. Massive football club. You need to behave like one. And if this manager ain't doing the business, you do it. Like Real Madrid do. Perform or you're out. That's how it should be.
Do you love him now?
Madrid don't love anyone particular. If they're not performing, it's out you get.
I think Real Madrid they may get rid of their manager they just got.
They just lost again tonight, didn't they?
Yeah,
he'll be gone.
Getafe as well. Getafe, I think they're rivals.
He'll be gone very soon. Don't think for a minute he stay.
Yeah,
but he's an interim manager as well, isn't he?
The caretaker, right? Abeloa.
Don't think
Abiola, yeah, that's the guy.
Well, I honestly think they're getting Jurgen Klopp.
You think they'll get Klopp?
Oh yeah, I think he's going there.
Wow.
No, I don't see him going to Real Madrid, to be fair.
I see him doing it. He's been out of there for a couple of years. He'll come.
If he comes out of retirement, he's coming out of it for that job, I think. But I'm not. I think he looks really quite happy doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
He seems to be having fun in that his new role.
But yeah, on that bombshell, guys, we are going to wrap up.
We want trophies. Well, bye-bye. That's how it always should be and always needs to be.
Yes.
No phases.
Oh dear me. We are at the point now where obviously we are back competing, and therefore we are in that world where he's obviously got to deliver. On that point, I would agree.
Have to win now, right now.
Oh, again, we can
now or out. He messes up his title again. Out.
Yes, we've agreed many times.
Especially with this style of football. Go.
Yes.
Especially this style of football. I'm only accepting this style of football if it wins us trophies, titles.
Yes.
Doesn't. Out.
We've agreed.
I'm not watching that again next year. Out.
We've agreed beyond the point.
After out, Seb in. Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we are going to wrap up because we've done an hour and the stream didn't buffer, so we've made it all the way through. Which is a big plus. So I guess Talk Studio actually listened to me when it was their last chance. But big up to all of you that came on today. We'll go through the panel as we do every single time, every outro. Josh, anything coming up this week?
Just covering the Brighton game, and yeah, then the FA Cup game, really, man. And that'll be it, as always. Thanks for having me on, as always, man.
Yeah, anytime, bro. Posh, what about you? Well, in terms of Twitter.
Yeah, you can find me on X, Twitter, at Posh Bertie. And when people want to invite me on these particular streams, you can find me on their channels. You can find me on this channel as well when Rory wants me on. So, yeah.
Yeah. Seb, any articles coming up?
Yes, there should be one before the game on Wednesday, and it talks about the Champions League draw, our favourable draw. Yeah.
And Dom, I know you've got something prepared, which you've strictly told me not to ask too many questions about it today. But I'm going to ask you that.
Do you know what's funny? Tony did it to me on last night, and you did it to me tonight. But yeah, there's obviously one on that on why Norgard needs to start against Brighton tomorrow. There'll be the Brighton preview, and I had a couple of videos out today, including one where I got unusually ranty for me, where I was riling against the narratives around, and I don't mind criticism, but can we at least make it consistent rather than targeted? But there you go.
And what about you, AT, my bro?
Yeah. I'm thinking of still doing something tonight on Trossard. Then obviously I might do a watch along in tomorrow's game against Brighton, match reaction afterwards, and of course some Mansfield stuff.
Wednesday, isn't it? It is Wednesday. The game.
Oh, sorry, Wednesday.
Oh, thank God, because I'm in London tomorrow, and I was like, shit, have I got the wrong day?
Yeah, Wednesday 7:30.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do the match preview. Yeah, then Wednesday I'll do the watch along.
I genuine panic then, AT, that I got my days wrong.
Why? Because we played Sunday we played Chelsea yesterday, so it has to be Wednesday.
It has to be Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was more that I got my days wrong rather than anything else.
Yeah. Well, obviously, so much football going around, so much content too. So let's see how that's.
Yeah, sound. But yeah, guys, I do appreciate everyone locked in as always. Make sure you run the likes up on your way out, and we'll catch you in the next one, as usual, next Monday in a bit. That's